Hi guys, and welcome to Control Alt Success Marketing University. We are on lesson number 1, setting up your autoresponder. And in this lesson, we're going to talk about writing a follow-up series. Now, a quick little recap of what you learned already is learning how to build a list. Like I said, that list is where all your subscribers are going to go into. But what good is a list if they're not receiving any content, right? So a follow-up series is the ability to create multiple emails set at certain times so your customer will always receive them. So for example, if John got set up on a Monday and he starts receiving email 1 and 2 and 3 and now it's a Wednesday and Sally signs up on a Wednesday, she'll still receive email 1 while John's receiving email 3. Okay, it's just a way to stay organized and to make sure your subscribers will always do it. It's also really helpful if you have an offer that you're giving your customer 5, 7 to 10 days to respond to. You can set up a 10-day follow-up series, and no matter whenever somebody signs up on that offer, they're always going to have 10 days worth of emails that they're going to receive. So with that said, I have this screen right here, and it's one of my top tier business funnels, and you'll see I have about a 19 email follow-up here. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to create a new one. Now if I click on my Control Alt Success list, I don't think there's anything in here, so we're going to go to it here, and okay, I have a little blank one. I'll delete that. There we go. So what we're going to do is we're going to now create a follow-up. So I'm just going to click this green button. When I click this green button, a message composer will pop up, just as if you're sending a webmail from Gmail or anything along those lines. Your subject line is going to be anything you want, but remember, your very first follow-up that you do, the very first follow-up of your sequence is going to be the very first email they receive, and it's most likely going to be the very first email they receive right after subscribing to your list. So if you remember in the last list when I said the confirmation messages I just don't worry about because I'm going to create my own, this is where I'm creating my own. So this is the very first message. So for this lesson, I'm going to create just a 3-day follow-up series, something really easy. So I'm just going to, in my subject line, say something like, thanks for subscribing. You can do something more creative if you want to. It's no big deal. Thanks for subscribing. My name's Doug. Okay, so easy enough. You can see personalize here. You'll see there's a personalize button down here, and when you compose a message in the body, there's a personalize there. If I click that, I can actually choose it to have a name. So if I wanted it to be their first name, I could choose that. So we're going to go into my body now, and you'll notice how it says hi first name. That's just personalized. So if I click the personalize button and I choose full name, I can choose that the email that they'll receive will have their full name in it if, and this is where your squeeze page comes into play that we'll get into later, if your squeeze page requires them to have a name and a last name, the full name personalization on your follow-up will include their first and last name. So it's really, really intuitive. It's really easy to use. So just for the sake of this email, we're going to just keep the first name. Hi, first name. Thanks again for subscribing. I hope you enjoy the product / offer that I'm doing / promoting. Click the link below to download / buy. Okay, now I'm going to put a link in here. It's going to be a made-up link, so I'm just going to go http www.myoffer.com/make money. Okay, so the thing about Aweber is when you create a link like that, you have to make it a link, otherwise it's just going to be text. So there's a possibility, I made this mistake before, if you don't make that a link and you send it to somebody, there's a good chance they might not even click it because people are lazy, okay? So what you'll do is you'll highlight this whole thing and you'll click link, and that's just going to edit the link and turn it into a link, okay? So you'll see that it's now a link. Now you could also make it so it says my offer, or we'll just do this, click here to download my offer, and I'm just going to highlight this link right here. And we'll highlight click here to download my offer, click the link button, and then if I just paste that actual link, Notice how it made that a link as well. So that's just one of the ways you can do it. See you later, Doug. Okay, so we've created our first follow-up sequence, our first follow-up of our sequence. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click on Next. When I do that, it'll ask you click tracking, track clicks on website links on this message. I think that's very important because it'll at least let you know if people are clicking your link. So we'll click Save and Exit. Okay, so now it's brought us to the follow-up series that we had before. You'll notice that now my thanks for subscribing, my name is Doug, follow-up is right there. Now keep in mind, it says right here, send immediately. So these people are going to get it ASAP. As soon as they opt into your list, they're going to receive this email. So now we're going to create a new follow-up. Now this time in my subject line, I'll just click on personalize and say first name. You have 2 days left. Okay, so now if your name's John and you opted into this list, it's going to say, John, you have 2 days left. So I hope this is making sense so far. So we're going to go ahead and click my body, and now I'm just going to say, hey, first name, yesterday you applied to download my offer. Today I am letting you know that you have only 2 days left. Make sure you click the link and download/buy my offer. My link goes here. Okay, so then we're just going to once again highlight that, turn that into a link. And I hope what I'm doing is making sense because, like I said, this is just a quick little way of making a follow-up series. So we've done that one. We're now going to go to Next. But now the screen's changed since it's now a second follow-up. You'll notice it says intervals. Number 2 sent 999 days after the previous. You probably don't want to do that. So this is important though, because if you want to set up a follow-up to be every other day or once a week, you got to remember to set it that way. So I'm going to have this a 3-day follow-up, so I'm going to put 1 day after previous. You can also, and this is more of a little advanced thing, but you don't have to do this, but if I turn send window on, I can specify it to only send during the weekdays. Okay, so it's just a neat little way of doing that. So now I'm going to click my save and exit, and it's going to load that up. Oops, I forgot to save my subject line, so I'm going to edit that one more time. Personalize, first name. You only have 2 days left. Okay, so now I'm going to save this. I'm going to click next, save and exit. Okay, so now that you'll have the second follow-up series done, or the second follow-up of the series done. So there we go. Now the next thing I'm going to do is create one more follow-up. And this one, I'm just going to say, today is the day that time runs out, comma, first name. Okay? Okay, so now I'm going to just say, hey, first name. Today is the last day you can get my product at the low price of $60. Click the link below before time runs out. Okay, we'll just say click the link here. Okay, and remember, highlight it, click the link, make the link, and there we go, Doug Johnson. Okay, so now we're going to save that. We're going to click next. I'm going to choose that to be 1 day after the previous, save and exit. So that's how you create a follow-up series. Now, If the follow-up series aren't case sensitive or aren't date sensitive, and maybe they're just topics or things and you want to move them around, you can actually move the emails back and forth. Okay? So now it's today is the day the time runs out, and the last one is you only have 2 days left, so I can just move that back again. Okay? And that's how you do it. That's how you create a follow-up series. It's really, really easy to do. It's really simple. And if you can compose an email in Gmail, you can write up a follow-up series. So I hope this helped you. Stay tuned for the next lesson. And as always, if you have questions, you can always email me personally at controlaltsuccess@gmail.com. That's CTRLALT success@gmail.com. Thanks for watching.